One. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mauro. So again, welcome everyone from the community building session. Firstly, introducing the art and science world and the community network of the Climate Services in Climate Europe 2 is Marina Brkic from Center for Promotion of Science. And then we will also hear from Diana Urquiza from Center from Barcelona Supercomputing Center regarding the Climate Europe 2 platform. So without further ado, Mariana, please I give the floor to you. Thank you.
Do you hear me now? Okay. Yeah. Do you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Yes.
First of all, as I mentioned in our pitch, I would like to introduce you to our climate services community. So actually all this effort started already in Climate Europe project, and we actually just continued kind of building on the previous efforts. So what is actually our climate services community? It's a network of organizations and people that are actually users and providers of climate services. And our idea was already that started Climate Europe was to build this network throughout Europe. But as you can see here, it went kind of further on to, like outside of the boundaries of Europe itself. So at the moment we have 161 members from, as you can see, all over the world actually. And what we want to do is actually to improve and to connect the connection between people, to engage them and to be able to this way to promote European climate services activities. But if you can look a bit further, and what we realized in Climate Europe was that we kind of have underrepresented regions in Europe, which is especially Southeast and East Europe, and we realized that it would be rather good to try to use innovative approaches to expand the community of users, and first of all to actually expand the idea of climate services, because in this part of the world, so we're coming from Serbia, Belgrade, where we live, not so many people even know about climate services and what they can use climate services for. So at the moment when we joined the project in Climate Europe 2, we dedicated our efforts to widen this and broaden the community and widen the network through innovative approaches such as art and science. And what we want to do actually is first to do a road show. So to come to each of 10 different countries in Southeast Europe and to build a small, we call it like climate village, which you will learn about a bit further in the presentation. And in a way to, because Center for the Promotion of Science is a specific institution actually that connects from on one hand general public and on the other hand policymakers, research institutions and different stakeholders, and opens a place for dialogue through different kind of means, exhibitions, workshops, lectures. And that's what we want to do, because in previous project Climate Europe, there were really successful activities such as festivals and webinars that really brought and opened the dialogue between all stakeholders. But before I tell you a bit more about it, so for those who are not a part of our community, first you have here a QR code on the screen so you can join our network. But why would you join the network? Because first of all, you can engage with the community. So in the community, as I said, there are 161 members from policymakers, from different organizations, from climate services providers, and also users from, as I said, from research institutions and also individuals and from industry sectors. So you will find all of them at one place and you can engage with all of them. You can participate in the discussions on standardization of climate services. And also you can have direct access to information about vocabularies, capacity building materials, good practices, and other standardization materials. And you can be also informed about activities first. So like this one about the Webstival or webinars, or you can get the idea about our next events, such as business breakfasts or festivals. So you will get first information about all of it. And then to go back to, to go back to art and science and why we believe that art and science is a good approach to use. So 2 years ago, we started building what we call a climate capsule, like an experimental mobile and modular installation of an apocalyptic scenario of the world in 2057, where society didn't really think about and didn't take actions at all. So we're really looking to a dystopic scenario. And what we realized, and not only us, but there you heard this music, so the art can really move people to action. And we have problem, especially in our region of the world, that there are a lot of people that still don't believe in climate change. And we want to start, because we, as I said, want to start to build also this roadshow through creating a dialogue with, first of all, general public. So we use art as means to communicate, and we realize that we get a lot of great feedback, meaning that people are really moved. They're rethinking about what they can do, how they can act from their perspective, if they're policymakers, if they're research organizations, and so on. But then from this moment, we started and we want to build on like the whole, as I said, whole climate village, and you will be able to see it now. And we have this band that we will be traveling with in 10 different locations around Southeast Europe, and we want to build, so this is our kind of mock-up, to build like on public spaces, a whole climate village where we will call climate service providers and users to talk about possibilities, but also to give them space to open this dialogue, not only to general public, but to share between stakeholders. But we want it to look like really appealing and different, because we wanted to be calling for the people to join and to take a look what are climate services and how they can help us. And we're at the moment developing exhibitions that will talk about climate services a bit more in an understandable way to everybody. But what are we doing right now, like today, is that we're opening an art and science call that we called Climatized Art and Science Service. So the call will open today, and it's open for artists and scientists from all over Europe and beyond. And what we are looking for the first call, so we're going to have another one in 1 year and a half. The first call is aimed for digital content that is related to climate services, and that will be built with help of our production. So we are offering the residency in Belgrade in few institutions. And what we aim for is that what we aim for is that we have the art and science piece, which we will travel with in our roadshow for next 1 year. And with this art piece, first we will visit 5 locations, 5 different countries in Southeast Europe, and then we will make another art and science open call, and we'll produce another like digital or in physical art piece that we will also bring with us in this climate and show it in this climate village, as we call it. And what I want to say also, next activity actually for, so there will be no more Webstivals. There will be a festival, but why are there Webstivals? Because that was something that emerged in COVID. And it's kind of a virtual festival, but what we want to have and what we will have next time is going to be the physical festival. and it will be in Italy. And this is just the picture that you see from the first festival in Climate Europe project. But the point is that it would be really great if you join our community, follow us, and see maybe see us in person in next festival. And there you will have the opportunity to also see all these art and science pieces that we will develop through open calls and our local initiative. So here are all the links, and you can follow us on social media. You can visit the website and learn more about the call. And if you have know anybody that will be interested to apply, please share. And see you next time on the festival. Thank you. And now I think I'm giving floor to Mirena and to Marta.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mariana, for the interesting presentation and introducing the call. I will now invite Diana to introduce the platform.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Diana. So first, I'm going to share the prototype of the platform that we have been working on. And after that, we'll make a participative exercise where we want to get to know your feedback and your ideas. So please pay attention now to the prototype because all the questions are for that. So I'll share my screen. Please stop me if you have any questions. Okay. So as many of you know, we have been working since last year with the design for this platform. It has 3 main functionalities, and the objective is in general to be a place where people can co-create documents, best practices, everything that Paco has been talking about, like a tool for where different communities can collide and create together. Then another important part is to explore the library of the documents, best practices, standards that the community has and co-creates. And finally, the network part, where you can connect with different people in the community and reach out, talk. We want this to be a place where people can collaborate, get to know each other, and grow. So this is the homepage. I'll share first the whole page, and then I'll explore some parts of it. Over here, we have the navigation, the search bar. You can see your profile. Sorry. We have the about, the different actions, the main functionalities, as I said, are the co-create, explore, and connect, and the contact. We want to keep it simple so people can just come here and do one of the 3 objectives of this. Over here, you can see a little bit more information about each one of the actions, the co-creation, the exploration, and the connection. And of course, getting in touch. We want to be clear that we don't want to have a duplicate of the website. Like in the website, you can see all the events, all the information about the project, but this is thinking of a tool to especially co-create. We're really interested in this part. So right now, I'm gonna first explore the about and the contact, and then I'll focus on the 3 main functionalities. In the About page, as I said, since we don't want to duplicate information with the home page, we'll just have a quick explanation, some numbers about the members, the countries, the kind of documents that we have. And of course, we want this to keep growing and growing. Some of the goals, some information about climate services. The contact part. Just for people to get in touch, to write us. We're really interested in feedback and questions and getting to know more the community. And finally, I'm sorry, I'll explore the actions. So also, I'll go first with the more simple ones, and then at the end, I'll go to the co-create because that's the more complex functionality of this platform. So in the network, we have all the different people that will be signing up to the platform, the organization, the research line, the main research line, the roles that they're working on, and the countries. So for example, if you click on one of the participants. You can see the information, you can follow their work, you can see the activity or send a direct message. So you can see the different lines, the about, everyone will be able to fill in their profiles and to connect with all the people. Okay, so you will be able also to filter through the different if people from academic backgrounds, government, private sections, NGOs, and also for research lines. Then if we go to the Explorer, we'll have an interesting part of this platform. It's a tool, let's say, inside this platform where you'll be able to see a dashboard, really interesting, where you could be able to see a lot of information about the different parts of climate services or keywords, and you'll be able to see different visualizations about each one of the competences that include climate services. You can explore all the documents that are going to be uploaded. Who are the main? It could be glossaries, case studies, standards. This is a really important part because you'll be able to explore, read, comment, and also you'll be able to see what are the most commented and top publishers. And finally, I'll go to the co-creation. So this is the part where you'll be able to co-create different documents. And over here, you'll see some of them. You can see the latest ones that you have been working on. And I'll share with you the flow of creating a new document. We'll try to make this as simple and straightforward. So in just 4 steps, you'll be able to publish a document. Over here, you have the part where you complete the document information. You can put the title, the author, the different components, the guideline, the date, and the basic information. So we'll be able to make a better filtering. You can upload the different documents. It's important to know that the owner of this new document, it's going to be the one that makes the changes and uploads the document. So it's not going to be like a Google Docs that you'll be able to edit here. We want this to be more clear and simple. So it's just going to be uploading the documents once you have different conversations about this here. So we're here in the team members. You can either make it open to all or private, and then you can invite the people that you're interested on having information about this. You can set a priority. You can set a status and the different, the description of this. Then you can go and continue. And this is a page where you see the basic information, who's the authors, and the different tags that it has, the name of the document, where here you have, and you're able to edit, to download, to comment, and to share. So for example, here you can ask the people to focus on different parts of the discussion, and then you can join the discussion. So for example, here, you ask the people in your discussion to focus on these 3 main points. And over here, you will be able to see the different comments, the discussions that are happening through here. You can see, we want this to be as simple so people actually remember functionalities from other platforms. So we base this, for example, on Twitter when you respond to a conversation, so you can see the different ones that are coming out of each one of them. You can see the people that are commenting, if they're collaborators, how many replies. You can like the comments, and you can also reply and create this conversation that we want. You can see the tags, the kind of priorities, and the participants in the right-hand side. Okay, so once your integrated all the feedback and all the conversations about this, you'll be ready to publish, where you have already filled in the information, started collaboration, collected the feedback, and once you're ready to publish, you confirm the information, upload the last document. Well, we have some notes that we want to keep in mind because, for example, the PMs have, project managers have to know that you're publishing a document. So just simple notes here and there to make the transition as easy as possible. And then congratulations, you have a new document over here and you'll be able to explore it in the Explore section over here and share it. And okay, so I'll stop my screen now. I think I went a bit quick. And do we have any questions or comments about this?
Yes, can I ask something, Diana?
Yes, of course.
Everything that we see is not real, right?
No, this is the prototype. The team of developers are working on right now on making it real. So that's why you see some movements a bit robotic, but it's gonna be so much better.
Yeah, but the persons, they are not real, and
No,
but
everything is just
we should have real content as fast as possible.
Yes, we'll be asking for examples of content really soon. Any other question or comment? Marta.
Thank you, Diana, for introducing. If no one doesn't want to add
Marta had a question, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you could specify what's the added value for people that are external from the project of the platform. So how can they specifically benefit from it?
Yes, because this one of the main objectives to create this community, to be able to reach out to people that maybe you haven't met already, to create, to ask, to discuss. So it's more focused on community and creating knowledge, co-creating knowledge between all of them. So it's not this breaking the silos that we have always been talking about. It's a tool that allows you to do that. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I was also wondering if you could specify what kind of documents can the community upload on the platform.
Yes, it's a lot focused on case studies, on standards, on guidelines. It's all the co-creation documents that we want to create together and to discuss, basically.
My name is Justin Mwanjif, and I am based in Africa.
Hi, Justin.
Can I co-create with you a project on adaptation to climate change?
Yes,
community adaptation to climate change.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is open for anyone who wants to be part of this community. So, for example, if you have a document where you want to start a protocol, a standard, something that you want to discuss about and to create, it's open. It's not only for Europe or only for specific projects. Okay. So if, I don't know if there's no more questions, in the next activity, I'll make you participate a lot more. So let me know and I can start. So for the first one, I'll do a really quick energizer. Well, I have like 2, but bear with me, they're fun. And this is also like one of our objectives is to get to know each other. Like my background is product and service design, and it's always remembering that there's people behind every product or every service that we offer. So in these first activities, we want to get to know the people behind these cameras, behind Zoom. So could you please put your camera? I'm not gonna ask for the mic, but I'm just gonna ask 3 questions really quick. And the way that you can participate is just to put your finger in the camera and put it over here. So I'm gonna ask some questions and just vote. If the answer is yes, you cover it. And if not, you just stay like this. So the first question, well, the people in the room, if you could put your camera, and if you have any technical problem or not, just answer yes or no in the comments, but it's more fun if we do it together with the camera. So the first question is, have you learned something new in these first activities of the Webstival? And then if it's yes, just cover it. And if it's not, it's okay. We'll still have the whole Webstival to go. So have you learned something new in these past 3 hours or 4 hours? Perfect. So the next one is, have you had some coffee in this morning? Okay, the next question is, are you excited for the rest of the Webstival? Is there something in specific that you're waiting for? Remember, you can also, if you don't have your camera, you can just ask, write yes or no in the comment section. Okay, and the last question is, do you think people are important in the design of products and services? Perfect. Okay, so I'll share my screen now and we'll start the next discussion about this. We're asking for feedback and we want to get to know your ideas around this platform and this prototype that we saw right now. So I'll share my screen again. And first, I'll show you where we'll be working on today. So it's a platform called FigJam. I'll give you the link as soon as I just show you the instructions. So I'll share the link here in the chat. So like we said, we have 3 main functionalities of this platform. It's the co-creation part, the exploration, and the networking. So before we start, for the ones that haven't used FigJam before, over here you have the toolbar where you can see put sticky notes. We can just throw it from here, or you can just press S and a sticky note will appear. For the zoom, you have in the upper part, in the right corner, the zoom, so you can click out and in. But also if you're working with your mouse, it's regular like Miro or any other platform. I use, and also for the zoom, for the move, you can press spacebar and this little hand will appear and then you can move towards the next activity because we have some questions. So for example, now that I will zoom out, I'll go to the first part and then to the next one with this little hand, just coming or going. So let me share the link with you. It's better if you put your name, so we'll have later on, if we have any questions, it's in the chat now. Later on, if we have any questions, we can ask you. But you can also stay anonymous, since it's feedback, it's cool. We just want to get to know you. So some people are starting to come. And we'll go to the really quick icebreaker. I'm sorry, today I want to wake up a bit more. So And also to tell you something about us. And we work in the Barcelona Supercomputing Center. And a funny fact that we have is that there's gooses in a small lake all around. Sometimes they're friendly, sometimes they're not. So today I wanted to ask you, in which goose are you feeling right today? So we have all these kind of sentiments of gooses in the BSc. So it's my way to tell you a bit more about us. So please just take one of these circles and put it, and how are you feeling today? And I'll put a timer of just 1 minute because it's really quick. I just want to know how are you feeling. And also for you to try this platform, it's just moving a circle and putting in how you're feeling. Oh, we have a lot of different feelings today. That's great. So 20 more seconds and okay, I think all the feelings. Most of you are feeling like this little guy, which is funny. Because I think it's one of the faces that we make in Zoom sometimes. That's perfect. So for the next one, and it's the last one, I promise, I just want to get to know you better before we start getting the feedback, because as we said, we're interested in the people behind every platform and behind every project. There are people designing for people. That's why we use human-centered design. And as we saw that the music moves us, and it was really fun to hear the playlist that the people created, we wanted to create a playlist like, what's your favorite song right now? It could be at the moment, it could be from all the time. And you just copy the link from YouTube and paste it here. If you go to YouTube. You can just paste here the link and it appears like this. And it just takes a moment, and at the end we'll share the playlist with you to get to know what are the people in this workshop listening to. And I'll just put 1 minute here. Don't worry, there's no rush. Remember, you can just copy and paste it here. This is also for you to get to know a bit of FigJam. It's really easy to use, but maybe at the beginning you find it weird, but I think you get used to it. Oh, some Muse fans over here. That's good. Jose Gonzalez, I like that. Okay, so we have a small playlist. Remember, at the end, you can come back and put whatever you want here. But we're interested in this. We're people working with people, not just pixels. Oh, we have here more. Oh, there's some music. I don't know. It's really interesting. I will listen to it. Lax and Busto. Jose Gonzalez, White Buffalo, Muse, Bonobo. I'll put this link. I don't know why it's not working, but I will do this. With Came. Great. Perfect. So thank you so much. I hope you're feeling more energetic now. You think of your feelings, and you have told us about if you have drank coffee, if you're waiting or not for other sessions. And now we want to focus on the platform that we just saw. So if you remember, put your space bar, you can move around here and go to question 1. Question 1 is the one with the blue sticky notes. And we want to ask you, what was your first impression of the platform? Remember, there's no right or wrong answer. We just want to get to know what was your first thought. So you can also use some of the stickies and put it here. You can see the other comments and comment, write down, copy any sticky note that you feel like. Remember, this is a conversation and we're interested in this. Okay, so I'll put, since it's the first one and sometimes it's a bit tricky, I'll put 4 minutes and I will put some music so we relax. But I think we'll be able to finish fast, I hope. To write down in the sticky notes that are already here, just double click. You'll be able to write. And if not, remember, you can just press S and you'll add a sticky note ready to write down. Big stickers from the side looks cool, but I can grab them. These stickies, just drag them like this. Antonia, can you write to Irua so you can help her? Antonia is is working at the BSc and she's an expert on fig jams, so she's also will be helping us today. Of course, you can go to the music and change the channel. This is a session for us. Okay, I think there's no new stickies, so maybe I can resume. And so I'm gonna also take the chance that the group is small, so we can actually have a small conversation after each one of the questions. So I'm gonna end the timer and stop on the music. And I'll read out loud and please comment and stop me. We want the conversation. So looking forward to use it in a beta test version to better understand all the functionalities and opportunities. We're looking for beta test users, so you'll be hearing about us, Mauro. We'd love to hear more. Very appealing, well designed and easy to navigate. Good for networking and discussions about topics that need to set priorities. Can wait for people engaging in the platform. We're also hoping that the people like it, so that's why we want your comments and your feedback. Everything is useful for us right now. It is simple, hopefully not too simple. Perhaps the need to highlight which interesting conversations are going on. That's a really good idea, Judith. Okay. So we'll go to question number 2. Please stop me if you're having trouble going to navigating through the questions. Remember, you can just press the spacebar and move to this second question. The color of the post-its, it's purple. So were there any specific features or design elements that confused you? I'm gonna put a 2-minute timer and some music. Please be straightforward. We're asking for feedback because we want to make it better. So we're happy to get your opinion on this. Also, I think I'll stop sharing because it might be confusing for you getting to know when you're in the big jam and when you're seeing my sharing screen. There's some names that I haven't seen on the sticky notes. Please, we can use your participation, please. Okay, just I see only 4 people in the platform. Are the other ones having trouble joining? Just for me to know. Elizabeth, Tatiana, sorry to say by names, but just to be sure that I'm not sharing a wrong link or that you're having troubles. Justine, Dragan, Irua, Angelo, are you having any trouble connecting to the link? Or maybe just...
I'm doing all right, thank you.
What? Sorry?
I'm okay, thank you.
I'm connected, but I'm working from the app on the phone, and I cannot find the space bars and the stuff you're talking about.
Yes, maybe we should have corrected that it's better on desktop.
Yeah, the same issue with an iPad, so that's why I can enjoy your game.
Don't worry. With the iPad, it's a bit different, but you can also do that. Maybe you cannot drag.
Yeah, I don't remember how.
You can just send the link here again. And if you cannot drag the sticky notes, for example, you can still write down in the sticky notes.
Thank you.
No worries. And if not, also like we can ask the questions here. And also at the end, I'll share another link to get more feedback. So don't worry.
No, the link you sent me is not functioning because I'm stuck. He asked me for a password and I cannot access it.
Okay, let me just send it again. But don't worry, if not, we're interested to get to know. Was there any specific features or design elements that confused you? That was the question. If you want to answer here, it's also useful for us.
Yes.
Which one?
I was wondering, how can we relate to public interest in contrast to big corporations, you know, as far as they're considered as responsible for the major impact on the environment? And how can community and how can communities stay afar about this? I mean, if we are struggling to get communities involved, I wonder how can we really oppose what big corporations are really doing. That's what I'm wondering.
Yes, that's really.
In matter of services, as we asked, I will deal with during the presentation.
Perfect. I'm writing down these questions because this is important for us. That's why also, at least for the design part, we're asking for this kind of feedback, because we want to create like a super user-friendly product so we can communicate and share it and try to build this community. But it's really important for us to know that this is a challenge, right? Thank you. Does anyone else that cannot access the platform want to comment? Okay, if not, I'll pick some of the sticky notes. So Mauro, do you want to comment on your answer? Sorry, yes, Mauro. It's the first one that I see.
Yes, no, for the first question, it looks, everything looks fine now. I think that once we can start using it, we will be able to find any, how to say, any point that could be discussed further. For what you showed, it is fine from my point of view.
Perfect. Let me see, Judith, how to engage with corporations? Yes, I think it was kind of the same. It's good that we're finding coming up questions, because this is a challenge that we will face.
Yeah, I just noticed what Angelo was saying, so over there.
Perfect. And how can communities stay informed? Marta, do you want to elaborate a bit on your answer so the other ones can explore?
Yeah, I was just mentioning the co-creation part, because I think it's very powerful, but on the same time, it's also a challenge, because, you know, people should know more or less how to contribute, if they are allowed, you know, to make comments or to update new documents, or how feedback can be provided in general, and also how we keep the community engaged through all this process of co-production. Because one thing is that you upload one document and people comment on it, but then what? You know, there will be other versions. Will we lose a little bit of momentum because we wait until someone revises all these comments and uploads the next version? So all these, let's say, more operational things, we will need to see how they work.
Yes, I think that's also really important, like you said, not to be open and then forget about it. Like, we should create guidelines. And Mirjana?
Yes, a similar comment to Maura's, actually, because I think that for now everything looks really nice and organized and really clean and really clear, you know. But I think that every one of us should try it afterwards and see if there are any bumps on the road. But I think it looks great.
Perfect. We're taking notes on the people that want to test, because we always need testers. So thank you. Judith also asked if the platform can be used from mobile phone. Yes, it will be responsive, but for example, the upload of the documents will only be able on desktop, because if not, it's kind of complicated. But all the comments and all the exploration or contact and network will be will be useful. I mean, I need to check with the developers, but for what I know, I think the uploading a document will be difficult on mobile. But the rest, I think it's designed for this. And okay, so I'll go for the next question.
Diana, there is also one question from Angelo in the chat.
Sorry.
Yeah, which is about how can we relate to public interest in contrast to big corporations? Yeah, and I think a bit the idea would be to bring everyone, our idea is initially to bring everyone on board, you know, people from the public sector, from the private sector, even, you know, individual people that also are interested in climate services, and then academia, of course. And here the big challenge would be how we make all these actors to use the platform. It's true that if there is more private interest than public interest, so if we have more private stakeholders, we have this risk of being a bit biased. But the idea of Climate Europe 2 is to build this, you know, equitable network of actors. So we will try to work into this direction, and then we will need to assess if we achieve this and if actually everyone has a voice. Yeah, this is a very important point.
Yes. I'll copy this question also in the board so we can have access to it later on. Thank you. So we go to the next question. It's what improvements or changes do you believe will make the platform more satisfying to use? So remember, the ones that can access the platform, please do it on the sticky notes, and the ones that cannot, please do it here in the chat. So I'll put 3 minutes on the timer. And remember, there's no wrong or crazy questions. Like, imagine this is a brainstorming part. What changes will make the platform more satisfying to use? Irua, I see that you got disconnected. And when will you do this with the, what do you mean, the testing part? No worries. If not, what comes to your mind that will make an application like this, a tool like this, more useful? Any idea is good. And answering your question, Irua, by the end of this year, we want to have a beta version that will be starting to test. I like that you're using the stickies. It helps us to see that people are having some conversation on this. Okay, I'll give 1 more minute just because I see some people writing still. We don't have to worry. We have time. Perfect. So I'll share some of the answers. Please stop me or feel free to talk while I share this. So some of the comments from Mirjana are maybe how are the documents that are uploaded going to be disseminated? Continuously seeing the feedback from others and being able to interact, at least to me. And someone else said that they're interested in that too. Making it alive through constant interaction. More visuals, just text is not appealing to many. And we should have real content ready to start on the beta version. These are really important comments. Remember, you can also write down in the chat over here your answers. Perfect. So we'll go to the question number 4. What additional features or functionalities would you like to see added to the platform? Remember, we have the 3 main ones, but something that comes to your mind that will be interesting or fun. Remember, any idea is good. We just want to brainstorm together to see if something is useful, and we have not think about that. Remember, ideas for functionalities, and you can answer in the chat if you don't have access to the FigJam. Perfect. So now that we have some of these answers, I'm copying them to the next board, because over here we want to vote. So for you to read the answers and vote, you can have, everyone can vote 2 times, one for the improvements and one for the functionalities. And you can just put a stamp in the sticky note that you like. Let me know if you have any trouble voting. One more minute for the ones that are finishing reading, and then we'll go. Okay. So, yes, the winner for the additional functionalities is a list of trending topics on climate services and standardization to explore it further, to be up to date and for fun. From Marta. And the other ones, oh, it was pretty, a lot of you have votes, and there's one in each one of them. So I think that was the one most voted, and the rest were equal. So thank you. We're about to finish. Just some few more questions and we're done. So now we want to focus on the co-creation. As you saw, this is the part that is a bit more complex than the exploring or the networking. So focusing on the co-creation part of this platform, we want to get to know more in which kind of situations will you use this feature and what kind of documents will you be interested in co-create. Thinking that everything is possible, just want to get your ideas on this. So I'll set 2 minutes in the timer. I'm making them a bit shorter because we don't have much time. Remember, you can also answer here in the chat. Irua is sharing some ideas also for functionalities like mind maps, timelines. So really great. Thank you. I'll put them here also in the maps. Remember, we're in question number 5. It's the blue sticky notes.
Excuse me?
Yes, Angela?
Excuse me, Diana. I've got to go. I've got another business meeting on the other side of town, Lecce. I'm from Lecce, and I got a ride, so I've really got to go. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and we'll catch up later at 2:30 then. Okay.
Perfect.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Angela. Goodbye.
Cheers.
I'll just share where we are in case you're lost. We're in question number 5. Which kind of situations would you use the co-creation feature? And what would you be interested in co-creating? Thank you, Justine. We'll copy them too. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen for the ones that cannot access. So we have community-based adaptation, ecosystem-based adaptation, climate resilience, climate-smart agriculture from Justine. Gathering opinions on something from Judith. Defining good practices for the communication of uncertainty in climate information. That's a really complex and interesting one. And also more people commenting that they would also like to do it. Communication, information campaigns for adaptation and climate services from Mauro. Perfect. So this is what we want to see and to understand how will this be useful. And lastly, in the last 5 minutes, here I pasted exactly the screen that I shared with you about the 4 different steps to co-creating a new document. So the question is, what do you think of this page? Is this clear for you? All the information in here is useful? Is it user-friendly? So you can share what you think of it in these sticky notes. So I'll just put 2 minutes. And remember, you can also share in the chat. Yeah, I'll give 1 more minute. Justin, proof the padding is in good tasting. The page looks good enough. Okay, I'll copy this answer. Please remember to be critical. We want feedback, so it's always good for us to see things that we haven't. I see Judith, between 3 and 4, there may be a lot of time. Maybe an indication of progress, like 60 or 80 version. That's a really good idea. Thank you. And the other ones are that it's easy to use. So the last one, because we have like 2 minutes. Sorry for rushing you. I hope you're not too tired. It's just a quick voting. It's 4 different statements, and you can just put your click from strongly agree to strongly disagree. And I'll put 1 minute here. Okay, so I'm sharing the results. Thank you so much. As I said, all this is really important and useful for us. And nothing, I just want to say thank you so much for joining, for being open to the conversation, for giving us feedback. We'll start to make some tests really soon, and we want everything that we can fix. So like we said in the beginning, this is from people for people. So this human part is really important for us. And anything that you would like to add, please comment, share anything that you think.
Thank you very much for sharing everything and for introducing the platform. I really look forward to actually testing it.
We look forward for user testing. So I used all the names that said that they were interested, because we'll need this. Okay, thank you very much, and hope to see you soon. See you in the next Webstival actions. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You.